Hi, this is a Telekinetics video with my Sage, Kayli, and unlike my last Telekinetics video, which was the Hut Ball, which didn't have much gameplay, this one I'm fighting pretty much the whole time, so you'll be able to actually see me play this back. We're just turning the music back on. So I go up on the platform at the start here. It's usually a pretty good place to stand, especially when the other team has melee that just stand in the middle. But the Juggernaut there runs behind the turret and interrupts my casting. From up here, where the other team was standing, I couldn't really reach any of them, so I just decided to move down to make my life a bit easier. So getting both my procs, then using my force potency and doing quite a bit of damage to the healer there. But I decided to move back because the other team's melee were pushing forward a bit. Then I start to take some damage, so I move behind this pillar and bubble myself. It's just trying to help out my healer here by putting pressure on the guy that's attacking our healer. And it kind of works. He needs to pop his cooldown, such as Cause Overload, and the tank comes to help him, so just relieve a bit of pressure on my healer who managed to heal himself back up. And then same thing here, target this Marauder who's hassling our Sage. A couple of nice crits and the help from that Juggernaut, and he's down. So once again, peeling for our healer. This is a fairly good example of one of the issues with Telekinetics. I think in the end I get frustrated and just stop attacking this guy because he's running around the pillar, so I can't get any of my casts off. Yeah, that's what I do there. So in the end I just gave up and decided to attack someone else because I could be doing a lot more damage to someone rather than trying to cast stuff. So once he's out in the open, I switch back to him, or at least try to, but I get stunned. Making sure to move behind this pillar when I get attacked by the sniper to stop him attacking me. So there's a nice group of them there. Should be fairly good for... I'm going to get the names mixed up. I think it's Telekinetic Wave. So here taking quite a bit of damage from the sniper, but I knew I was okay because I had this wall to run behind if I needed to and heal up. And if the sniper came after me, he would have been really overextended. Some nice 7k crits in there. And 2 6k crits in a row, and that gets the PT down nice and quickly. So I know I could have been pushing forward and attacking the healer, but because I'm a pretty squishy spec, I decided it was better to hand back and attack the guys pressuring our healer. So here once again getting attacked by the sniper, just using this pillar for line of sight and healing back up. And then going on their healer. And the route on my Telekinetic Wave allows me to get off my Telekinetic Throw. And their healer is down. So we 2-capped them, so it was pretty easy for us at mid at this point because they probably would have sent quite a few people over to snow. So we nearly capped, but there was some decent CC from that Juggernaut. So we get mid and lose snow, which is a better situation for us because it's easier to hold mid than it is to hold snow. So just checking back behind me there, which could have been a good thing. I mean, those two decided not to attack me in the end, but if they had, you don't want to get capped if your team pushes forward too much and someone sneaks up behind you. So I probably should have bubbled this commander on our team there when he was low. He was down at about 20% health. Our healers did a good job getting him back up, but One thing you can do with Telekinetics that you can't with Madness is be more generous with your force bubble and maybe throw out a couple of heals if needed, because your force management is very straightforward. One thing I have found since hitting level 55 or since getting Turbulence is that my energy management isn't as good as it used to be. I used to spam Disturbance quite a lot because I didn't have Turbulence, and it was the only way for me to get my Telekinetic Wave proc. So I'd always have those 3 buffs from Disturbance that helps with your force management. But now that I have Turbulence, I don't tend to use it as much, but the energy management is still fine. Like, it rarely drops low. If it does, it's because I'm doing a whole load of healing. You see I take quite a bit of damage from this sniper here. You can't face tank snipers, especially marksmen. They'll just rip through you, so just need to move back every now and then and heal up. Maybe wait for them to target someone else. So this Jug decided to push forward and got taken down. So again, here I could have bubbled the commando and stopped him from dying possibly. That's one thing I'm not that good at the moment, is paying attention to my other teammates and bubbling them when they need it. I think I do get better at it as the warzone goes on. So here there was more pressure at mid than there had been a few minutes ago, because they were no longer going over to snow. Just needed to move back a bit here to make sure I wasn't overextended. So here our healer was taking damage from 2 guys, so I pulled him. And it was okay that I pulled him out into the open, because for this Juggernaut to follow he had to really overextend. His healers couldn't get to him at all, and I managed to get him down in 2 global cooldowns, so that was fine. Rescue is a very useful ability. My Disturbance crit for nearly 5k there, it was 4.8k. So this is a really bursty spec. You've got your auto crit from Turbulence, Telekinetic Wave can hit 7 or 8k, and when you get those second versions of them going as well, there's massive burst. The only issue is getting it off when you're being focused, but in a match like this, where it's a bit of a stalemate and you have healers, it works really well. So I get quite a few kills, which I wouldn't necessarily have got if I was playing Balance. So even though Balance does a lot of damage, the burst is really useful in these kind of situations where both teams have healers and the other team had a tank as well. It's a lot easier, especially for an operative healer, to just have their hots on everyone and mitigate quite a bit of that dot damage, whereas with Telekinetics, unless you are keeping an eye on them, then it's really hard to heal through that burst. Such as here, 7k followed up by, I didn't quite see what it was, but it was enough to finish off that sniper. Getting targeted by the sniper again, just moving back, rebubbling. And I was ready to pull the Sage on our team there, but he didn't need it. Once again, sniper doing a lot of damage to me, but just running away. So this looked like a good spot to me, especially for where they were standing, so I just went up here and they grouped up quite nicely for my telekinetic wave. It didn't crit, unfortunately, but still rooted the whole group, and AoE damage is good. That time it did crit, and that's a lot of numbers. I love seeing that. So they just moved back a bit here, so I decided to drop down. Because they were all kind of out of my range. So one skill that I think is fairly essential, well, I just hit invincible there, which is nice. I'm going to look up the name, but it's the skill that allows you to remove movement impairing effects when you use your full speed. It was especially useful against Vengeance Juggernauts with their root on Master Strike, and just anyone who leaps to you or whatever. It's really useful, and I really recommend taking that talent. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this Warzone. Actually got to see me play Telekinetics properly, and if you liked it, hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more of my videos, and thanks for watching.